Mike Lewis, Kim Boyer here. We talking about the NBA. The NBA playoffs are due to tip off April 20th next Saturday. Man, this when I get hyped, man. This is it.
Yeah.
You play a full 82 game season. Now it's time to get to the real season.
Right.
Right now things are still up in the air for the East and the West. As far as like the Western Conference, everybody's worried about the 8th spot, the Lakers and the Jazz. Last night, the Mavericks lost to the Suns. That pretty much, I think, is going to take them out. They're 3.5 games back.
Right, yeah.
4 left. The Lakers have to finish with Golden State tomorrow, Spurs Sunday. Then the last game of the season, they have Houston. But the good thing is they're all at home. What do you think their chances are to make
I think
playoffs?
their chances of winning actually are great. I think they actually may come out and end it winning 2 out of those 3 games. And surprisingly, the game that they lose won't be the Spurs because I feel like they'll rest their guys for the playoffs.
Right.
Like that. I feel like they'll have a tough time, in Golden State in this next upcoming game. But I feel like they should be able to get through Houston and in San Antonio. I mean, Houston, I don't feel like they'll have anything, special to play for. In San Antonio, like I said, I feel like they'll rest their guys. So, I mean, one more, big game for them or challenge somewhat, coming up for the Lakers. But I feel like, they'll get there, but, still, my question is, what are they going to do when they get there? So, I mean, what do you think about the Eastern Conference looking ahead?
Well, you look at Miami, they sitting pretty, man. They've locked up the best record.
Yeah.
They've clinched it throughout. So it doesn't matter. They have almost, a 12-game lead between them and the Knicks for number 2.
Yeah.
So they have nothing to worry about.
Wow.
The only thing at the bottom of the conference, you're still talking about Milwaukee and Boston, which one is going to finish 7 or 8.
All right.
And also with Chicago and Atlanta. So really the 4, 5 down through 8 is really still up in the air for the East.
Yeah.
Me personally, I believe that everything's going to end set up how it is right now.
Yeah.
So
It's pretty much laid out the way it's going to the playoffs. But I mean, I know one thing that the Heat are hoping they probably don't have to see Boston in that first game. So I mean, that's the only thing that Miami is probably thinking about.
Yeah.
So but I mean, Boston may come in there a little raggedy after trying to even finish and get that, that 8th spot and get into the playoffs good.
I'm wondering Boston, but my thing is what if Boston's trying to avoid 8? I mean, I know they're not scared of the Heat, but would you rather play the Heat or the Knicks? I take my chances with New York.
I'll take my chance with Miami if I'm Boston, because Boston seemed to have their number. You know what I mean? The last couple of times they might have a chance. Boston is an older team, and your star player Kevin Garnett is going to be. I don't think they're going to be able to run with New York. I mean, the way that the Knicks are playing right now, man, Boston has to be able to score enough points in order to. You have to outscore. You have to be able to score enough points to beat New York, because New York plays pretty good defense, and Boston is their staple is their defense. I mean, they want to play in the games to 79, 74, 76 type games. You know what I'm saying?
True.
82 to 84. That's not happening with New York. I mean, J.R. Smith, he'll come in and he can get you 20 on any given night. You know what I mean? So I mean, I don't feel like that's a better matchup for Boston.
I mean, well, think about it. You got a Knick team banged up in the low post. Kenyon Martin, his knee, and then you got Tyson Chandler with a neck issue. My thing is, if I'm Boston, why not go that route? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because other than that, you going against a rail-rested Heat team, pretty much.
Yeah.
I don't know if they win. I don't know. Only credit I will say is that you talk about Boston. They did come within. People forget this. They came within a game of the finals last year.
Yeah.
They went to Game 7.
Right.
So I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe for most of us who don't like the Heat, Boston could take them out in the first round.
Yeah. I mean, but I don't think Boston's really in a position where it has really a lot to say as far as dictating whether they're going to go and say. I don't think they should be playing around at all.
Right.
I mean, they should be trying to win. I mean, if they do get that 7th spot or 8th spot, I mean, it's there. I feel like their pick is a luck of the draw.
Right.
They don't have it where they can dictate and say, okay, we're going to fall back a little bit and take. Man, you'll be out of the playoff. So I mean, but like you said, one can only wish.
Right.
If you're not a Heat fan, that Boston is the team. That the Heat draws in the first round, because you have to understand too that Kevin Garnett, if this isn't his last year, You know what I mean? It's probably his second to last year. He's not going to go too longer. He's not going to get a lot more chances, you know, if any, at all again. So that level of intensity is going to kick up to another gear, another level. And by Miami just coming off the streak and they're coasting through teams and being able having that layoff, upping it to playoff level against Boston, and it's going to be another level. So you may catch them slipping in that first game. You know what I mean? Boston will really come out, and they come out to. I think they have a great chance of winning that first game in that series if they do come in there. So I mean, it just depends on how it shapes out. But I mean, as far as, you know, NBA playoffs, I don't see a whole lot to look forward to, but I feel like it's definitely going to be a lot of storylines and a lot of things coming in today. I mean, what's going to happen with the Lakers? What type of team are you going to see there? You know, is the Heat going to come back full strength? Boston, you know, like we talked about, you know, what can they do in this? Probably their, you know, second to last run with, you know, likes of Kevin Garnett in the lineup. Derrick Rose. You know, what is he going to do when it comes to Chicago? You know, Tony Parker, you know, in their health situation, you know, in San Antonio. I mean, a lot of storylines, but I mean, I'm sure just like every year, it turns out to be, you know, a great playoffs and a great festival and great thing to watch. I mean, that's all we can hope for. But for now, Ken Boyer, Mike Lewis, broadcast from BPR Studios. It's the Bricks.